Hi, I'm going to be doing a demonstration on the oboe today. The first thing you're going to need to do is begin soaking your reed. I'm soaking mine in this little cup here. It needs to soak for about 2 minutes to make sure that everything is properly wetted. You can soak it in your mouth, but it's much better if you have a pill bottle or a film capsule or a small little jar like how this one is. The next we're going to talk about is assembling the actual oboe. I'm out of desk space, so I had to set mine on the floor today. We're going to start by grabbing the upper and lower joint and assembling them, making sure not to grab any of the rods so as to bend them, and just gently twist it into place, making sure that the bridge keys align, if you can see there. And then there's one on the other side. And once those two are in alignment, you know that this part is good to go. Next, you're going to grab the bell of the instrument and put that part on. Now, holding the actual instrument, this is the thumb rest. Obviously, your right thumb is going to go there, and your first 3 fingers are going to go straight down on the 3 large keys on the bottom joint. The top joint, you are going to support most of the weight with your right hand, so your left hand can simply, the fingers will rest on top of the 3 large keys on top. It's the 3, my instrument has holes on all of the keys, yours may or may not. But it's the 3 largest keys on the front face of the instrument, and that's where your hands are going to go. So now I'm going to go ahead and put my reed in. When you put the reed in, it needs to be facing you, as in the large width of the reed should be facing you, not the sharp part, and it should be inserted all the way into the oboe. Some people believe that you can adjust your intonation. To my understanding, this is not true, and the reed should always be pushed in completely in order to achieve the best possible sound. To form an embouchure, what you're going to do is roll your bottom and top lips over your 2 sets of teeth to create a cushion for the reed. Now your bottom jaw is going to be a little bit inserted a little bit more because there's a little bit more of the reed that rests on your bottom lip, and you're going to go about 2/3 of the way down. Your embouchure shouldn't go all the way down to the threading on the reed. It should just be about halfway to 2/3 of the way down. In order to create an actual sound, just like playing the clarinet, you need to think about your mouth as a drawstring bag, and the tighter you keep it, the sharper you will play. And the looser you have it, the more flat you can play. You can also use this to adjust your intonation. For right now, I'm just going to use my first 3 fingers. My instrument needs to be out slightly more than the clarinet, a little bit past 30 degrees, closer to 45, making sure my lips are rolled over properly. I have my drawstring bag analogy in mind. And now I'm going to take in a breath, and using the tip of the tongue to the top of the reed, I'm going to interrupt the air with my tongue and create a sound. And you can hear that I had to do a little bit of adjusting there to find the correct sound, but you want to have a full, rich sound. I've heard some people describe the oboe as earthy, or a little bit more pungent, if you will. It's a sort of a very noticeable sound, and it will cut through the ensemble very easily. A note that we need to talk about is high F at the top of the staff. In order to play this note, you're going to need to do a couple of things. You're going to have to use your register key, which is your left thumb on the upper joint, the first 3 fingers with no half hole. The E flat right below it, you do use the half hole. For the F, you do not. You use your first, skip the second, and third. So again, that's register key, first finger, second finger, third finger, first finger, skip second finger, third finger, and then your pinky on this bottom key right here. And that is how you finger F. Like I said before, articulation is done with the tip of the tongue to the top of the reed. And I'm going to play for you now, Good King Wenceslas. that's a little bit about the oboe.